Hey there everybody, just putting the finishing touches on the frame here, and this is the little brake post little fixture jig that I made on my last frame, and just it worked so well I thought I'd use it again. But just kind of a recap, it's basically just an axle, some spacers, and two pieces of angle iron kind of cobbled together there with the holes that line up for the brake post. This was the original frame I used just to get a positioning guide, I guess you could say. So from here I just bolted the two. I used just two stainless steel posts, and I could position right where they needed to be on the frame. So in this case you can see the hole there that's drilled into the frame. On my last bike I was able to just kind of put a little indentation and kind of weld the post right next to the frame, and on this one it was the way the tube went, it was gonna have to pierce it. So I basically just kind of did a little Prince Albert type thing and pierced it, and so the post just mounts right inside the frame there. And then here I'm putting a little flat spot there on the seat stay, because the post sticks out just slightly, but there's barely enough room to get the bolt started, when you're bolting your brake caliper on. So this is kind of something I had to do on the last one, so it looked like I was going to do it here, so I went ahead and just flat spotted it there, put a little block of wood on the other side to keep the tube round on the outside. But this worked out pretty nice. A little soft jaw piece there kept from making marks on it, but just a nice little flat spot to get some extra space for that, to get the bolt started, get the caliper a little room to move around there as well. So that's the little hole. And then the posts, basically they're just some old stainless steel, the first generation Trek Speedcon handlebars. It's like a little female mounting nut there that basically I just threaded it's only threaded partially through, and then the top has a 5mm hex key to hold it in place. So I just threaded it all the way through, and those work pretty well for a kind of a little Mickey Mouse brake post. It's easier to drop the post in and then put the fixture on and kind of set it up from there. I've already got on the top one there, I've already got that post mounted in, so you can see a little gap, and basically I just made some two little spacer pieces on either side, and welded that directly to the frame that way. So you can see the pierced one there through the bottom. Just drilled it through and then welded it up around both ends. And then here I'm just putting the two little plates on the upper post. The frame's basically kind of sitting upside down here with the seat stays facing down, and the seat post there you can see is facing downwards, so kind of looks like it's backwards or something on the wrong side. But that's the non-drive side there that putting the posts on. So I use my little I don't know what you call that little tool, the little third hand or whatever, a little finger that holds the piece down. That worked pretty well, just to kind of hold that thing in place there while I'm getting it tacked up. So it's basically everything's tacked up, and just removing the little jig to do the final welding there. So worked out pretty well. Seems like it's kind of test fit a caliper on there. It seemed like everything's gonna work pretty decent. So once I got that all welded up, I was gonna maybe route the cable through the hose through the frame, but I just decided to make some little cable guides and These are just essentially pieces of 10mm axle that's hollow axle there that's cut in half, and I just ground down the edges and put a little slot in the middle, so once that's welded up, you can run a zip tie through there, but just tacked them on either end. This little little chainstay bridge there that I made, initially I wanted to do like a square piece like the old Webco, but that's what I came up with there. Just a little piece of stainless steel strap, and then I used a spoke there and a radiator clamp to hold the little pieces down. From there, really all that was left was to slot the seat tube, so I went ahead and reamed it first there, just because, I don't know, it seemed like it's easier to ream them, get it cleared out before you slot it, because sometimes it wants the little cutters want to kind of grab the edge once you have it slotted there. So I just went ahead and did this part first, and it's getting a little grabby right here, so just off camera I went ahead and took a big old round file and took some of the rough edges off, and then from there it was pretty simple, easy to ream it the rest of the way. So test fit the seat post, and it's all good there. So basically I just drilled a hole, and then I don't know, this is kind of how I did it last time with the couple hacksaw blades taped together and worked it, but honestly I don't know why I just didn't do this in the first place this time or last time, but I just used a cutoff disc on my grinder and cut the main part there, and I was going to finish it up on camera with the hacksaw blades, but if I do this in the future, I'm just going to do it with a small, kind of a worn down cutoff wheel. Is pretty much, you can do this task in like 10 seconds, so that's probably what I'll do from here on out. And from there, just clean up the inside part. Hands all getting up in the way and everything there, but I got that all cleaned out. Got a few little pieces of metal dust in there I need to blow out, but test fit the seat post, and it's all good. So at this point, frame's basically finished up and ready to be painted, so that's going to be the painted and final assembly and test ride will be the last video. So that's going to do it for this one, and kind of happy to have this thing done. It's not exactly what I had originally intended, but it's gonna be a fun bike to ride around on and stuff. So anyway, feel free to comment, subscribe. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and do that. And thanks for watching.